Hello and welcome to the 12th episode of Just the Two of Us, two artists, two songs, two questions on Tuesday night. Tonight I'm joined by the Canadian country singer Emily Taylor Kelso. She just released an EP called Songs for the End of the World, The Work Tapes, and I'm so excited to talk with her all about that and her recording process, so let's jump right in. You write all of your own music and you have like an incredible amount of work on your YouTube channel. I was looking through it and you've been posting consistently for like the past 10 years, which is just like such an impressive thing that you've been doing that for so long. And you've gotten over 400,000 views on the channel. And it's really impressive. And you also have quite a bit of work on Spotify, and your latest release is called Songs for the End of the World, correct?
Yeah.
And it's an EP that has 6 songs on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm really interested about your recording process because you have it said like the work tapes on your Spotify, and so I'm curious about what you mean by the work tapes because it sounds awesome to me, but I'm wondering like what you mean by that and what your recording process looks like.
Okay, I mean, I do everything by myself. I'm self-taught with everything, so the reason I called those the work tapes was because I plan to re-record them with a producer in the next year or so. So I wanted it to be like here's a taste of what I envisioned, but here, like, there's going to be more to come really soon. But for me, I kind of do everything with Logic. Everything is virtual except for me and my guitar.
So that's awesome. So do you have like a little MIDI that you plug into your computer and stuff?
Yeah, I alternate between a MIDI keyboard and just my iPad, actually. It has the Logic Remote app, which I've just fallen in love with, so yeah. Wow.
Okay, so what does like a day of recording, like from writing the song to making recording the song and like putting it out, what does that process look like since you're doing it all by yourself?
Gosh, I guess first when I write the song, I need to record just the acoustic version. So, track the guitar, track the vocals, and then I start with the drums and see if I can find a vibe that I like, I guess. And then, I don't know, I just kind of play around until I find something I like, and then I go from there and complete the whole track. It just kind of, I don't plan anything. It kind of just comes out as I feel it.
So I am also really curious about your writing style. So I was listening to it, and the first song on the EP is that Ain't No Place Like Home.
Yeah.
Cracks me up. It's so good. Like about like panties on the lawn of a church. Like anybody who's watching, you need to go listen to it. It's really clever, really funny.
Thank you.
So who were your like songwriting inspirations?
For that song in particular, it was things like Famous in a Small Town by Miranda Lambert, all of Casey Musgrave's Pageant Material album, basically. And Brandy Clark's album Big Day in a Small Town. All of that was I wanted to write my version of that.
That's so awesome. Yeah. Pageant Material by Casey Musgraves is like, it's like the cornerstone of the music that I write. So that's awesome. So what song are you going to play for us tonight?
I am going to do a song from that EP, No Honky Tonks Round Here.
I'm excited.
It would be very fitting considering it is a rainy night where I am, and I like to play sad songs on rainy nights.
Awesome. So wait, what part of Canada are you in?
I'm in Nova Scotia, but I'm originally from Newfoundland, so I'm just East Coast all the way.
Okay, awesome. Well, take it away.
Okay. In the songs I grew up with, about the lonely and broken-hearted, there was a common thread. They had an easy fix. They all had a place to go where they didn't feel alone. The only problem is for me that don't exist. There ain't no flashing neon sign inviting me inside. No more bars to only bar we got around. Plays a never-ending string of top 40 hits. It's the same crowd every Friday, so it's best to stay away. 'Cause when your heart's in two, you know that you run into the one who broke it. There ain't no flashing neon sign inviting me inside. No one out bar stools for lonesome fools to drink away the night. No Hank Williams jukebox songs in this town, they got it wrong. Self-serve whiskey glasses to let me see too clear. There ain't no honky tonks round here. I can put a record on at home or a drink to drown my blues, but that ain't what Haggard would do. There ain't no flashing neon signs inviting me inside. No worn out bar stools for lonesome fools to drink away the night. No Hank Williams jukebox songs in this town, they got it wrong. Self-serve whiskey glasses to let me see too clear. There ain't no honky tonks round here. No, there ain't no honky tonks round here.
That's so awesome. That's so good. And I love like the references to other country singers like Haggard and all that.
They're my favorites.
What was the inspiration behind that song?
Well, most of it came from when I moved to this city. I live in Halifax. I really thought I would find like a diverse collection of bars when I moved. And I thought I would find this like country bar, this honky tonk bar, like the kind my mom described going to when she lived in Toronto. And I didn't find that. And it was it was quite sad. But then the second verse is more about the fact that I grew up in a town with only one bar, and you really didn't even get the choice of hearing country music if you wanted it. Mm-hmm. So,
is there a big country music scene in Halifax?
There is definitely a decent scene now. There actually is a bar here now, but there wasn't until last year, 2019 actually. So I have my question for you. So first of all, I am absolutely obsessed with Blue Hawaii. I think the lyrics are so fun and so clever, and I just love them.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I know that you've talked before about who your main musical influences are. And I know like you love pageant material, and I can totally hear that in your music. But I want to know if there are other albums or songs specifically that influence you in terms of, you know, your choices for your music production or your, you know, lyrics or melodies, anything like that.
So there is definitely one, and I've got it up here on the wall next to me, and it's Linda Ronstadt's album Heart Like a Wheel. That whole album, I love how she blends like classic country sounds with like some rock influences, and that is another one of those albums that is like really big for me. So in addition to Pageant Material by Casey Musgraves, I would say Heart Like a Wheel by Linda Ronstadt, and then Tapestry by Carole King. Even though those are outside of like the traditional country genre, those two are really influential in the sounds and the production that I choose. And I think that the Linda Ronstadt influence is really evident on my song Baggage that I released back in March, because it has like more of that rock sort of groove to it with like country instrumentation on it. And so yeah, that's a good question, because, you know, Pageant Material is like first and foremost, but there are definitely a lot of albums, you know, along the way that have influenced my music too. And I am actually approaching the 1-year anniversary of when I released my debut single. And I released it on October 14th last year, and it was called High School Reunion. And it was just such a fun experience getting to record that. And that one's definitely, you can hear like pageant material influences on that. And I just had such a great experience with releasing it and getting good feedback from people. And so to celebrate the year anniversary of that, on October 14th, I'm going to be releasing acoustic bluegrass version of the song. And I got some really amazing musicians together. My producer got some people together, and we just recorded that about a week and a half ago. So that'll be coming out in the next few weeks. And so I thought tonight that would be a good time to play that for everybody. Yay! So this is High School Reunion. When our hats blew up, we hit the ground running, had to prove we could make ourselves something. We could see our name on the local news. In 10 years we knew we'd make a regret it, make all the doubters seem real pathetic, and made applaud when we walked in the room. But it's really hard, oh my Lord, to find dreams you can't afford. You gotta buy food, make rent, get paid. Soon a day turns into a decade. Well, let's raise a glass. The past 10 years really kicked our class. But we'll just keep on trying until we all start dying. If we pray, maybe we can get it done before the next high school reunion. We put name tags on, but it's all for show. We creep Facebook, so we already know who lost their hair and who lost their mind. We talk glory days and the weather, think how we all used to look better and try to hide all our wrinkle lines. But it's really hard to try and find creams that can rewind time. You gotta scrub hard and moisturize, and then a decade's gone before your eyes. Well, let's raise a glass. The past 10 years really kicked our class. But we'll just keep on trying until we all start dying. If we pray, maybe we can get it done before the next high school reunion. So pull up your Spanx and just give thanks to God that this ain't the end. We got another 10 to try and win before we have to do this again. And that's a reason to raise a glass. 'Cause the past 10 years really kicked our class. But we'll just keep on trying until we all start dying. If we pray, maybe we can get it done before the next high school reunion. If we fail, then we'll just bail on the next high school reunion.
Yay! I love that song.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.
You too.